Family, welcome to the channel. Thank you for rocking with me throughout the Tool journey. And look, this time we're doing a first watch of the song Crawl Away from the album Undertow. Now, though I've never heard this song before, we're about to listen to it. I did some research to get a feel for the Undertow era, where Tool was kind of way more raw and aggressive than the later Tool. So when most people think about this band, they think of Tool like, they think of what Tool eventually became. Right? The deep philosophical lyrics, the complicated time signatures that we hear from Danny going crazy with the octopus arms. But in the Undertow era, they were far more angry and aggressive, apparently. You know, some would even say psychologically violent. Like MTV had everything short of a ban policy on all Tool music because they were so psychologically disturbing, right? People thought they were playing like mind games on people. And of course, in classic Maynard fashion, you know, Maynard leans into that lore instead of away from it, right? So he starts performing with his back to the audience, right? He would look on stage for the shadowy corners and perform from there where nobody could really see him, which simultaneously pisses off a lot of people in the audience while also creating kind of a mysterious sense that the show was bigger than any of the band's actual members. Family, during the Undertow era, Tool was not necessarily trying to be understood. Like, it almost seems like they were trying to confront you and unsettle you and force you to feel something raw. Listen, with that little bit of history in mind, let's let them cook, please. Please cook. Is this the right song? I don't know what that intro was. See, immediately, right? Immediately. I think for the rest of my time on this channel, whenever I react to a song, I'm going to begin not by listening to the song, but by figuring out the era and what was happening to the band around the release, right? Because that gives me a little bit more substance. Hearing that, that's not the Tool I'm used to. I'm used to kind of like, you know, a African bongo and some weird synthy sound that I've never heard before. I'm used to being confused out of the jump. But this seems a lot more aggressive from the beginning. I'm gonna go back a couple bars. Please cook, gentlemen. Oh, that's fire. That's flame. You can still hear them though, right? You hear the seed, which will eventually become the Tool that everyone knows. I love that.
Crawled away from me, slipped away from me, tried to keep her home, but there was nothing I could say. Slid away from me, crept away from me, tried to keep it down, but there was nothing I could say. What you try to say, but you don't wanna play.
Yo, so this is a very aggressive situation. Maybe a tumultuous relationship, right? Listen to these lyrics again.
Say, try crawled away from me, slipped away from me.
See, that sounds like a struggle. Crawling away from me, you crawled away from me, slipped away from me.
Tried to keep her home, but there was nothing I could say. Slid away from me, crept away from me. Tried to keep it down, but there was nothing I could say. What you try to say, but you don't wanna play. What you want and what you need don't mean that much to me.
So is he blaming himself for whatever has come to an end? I mean, he's saying crawling away, slipped away, slid away, crept away. But what you're trying to say is you don't want to play. I've said it on this channel before. Where security is established, play emerges. Where safety and security are established, play emerges. I think it was John Piaget who said that about children in the play circuit, right? So maybe there's something that wasn't safe. There wasn't a feeling of safety and security anymore. I don't want to play anymore, right? And what you want and what you need don't mean that much to me. It seems that he's blaming himself. Let me know in the comments if you have a different interpretation there.
You don't wanna play. What you want and what you need don't mean that much to me. I can see your back and turning. If I could, I'd step on that crawled away from me, slipped away from me. Tried to keep it home, but there was nothing I could say.
Guys, what do you think it means? If it were up to me, I would stick a knife in. Or if I could, I would stick a knife in. I can see your back is turning. If I could, I'd stick a knife in. The amount of rage that occurs as a result of not having this thing turn out the way you want it to. Because it says something about you. When someone that you love or something that you thought was going to be in your life turns its back on you, it's like you can either force yourself to embody the shame of that and being wrong, like your mode of interpreting reality was clearly wrong, right? You can either, accept that, or you can be, act in violence against the thing which is trying to leave you, and force it to crawl away and slip away. And that's pretty brutal.
Slid away from me, crept away from me. Tried to keep it down, but there was nothing I could say. What you try to say, you don't wanna play. What you want and what you need don't mean that much to me. I can see your back and turning. If I could, I'd step on that head. This is love. This is love.
Okay, listen. I was just about to say, okay, listen. I understand that if your back was turned, if I could, I'd stick a knife in. Why MTV would be like, okay, listen, we're not going to play the Tool music. We're not going to go down that level of kind of encouraging that kind of violent imagery, right? But to some degree, I mean, guys, let me know in the comments, those of you who have really been down with metal since this era, because back then, I wasn't listening to metal, right? This channel has really been a birth of kind of me understanding or beginning to understand this genre. But, was this considered really, really edgy back then, because modern metal, I mean, they're going for it. You know what I'm saying? But when they said, dan this is love, dan this is love, like, yeah, that's starting to kind of get a little bit on the psychological,
If I could, I'd stay right now.
this transition right here.
This is love. This is love. This is my love for you. 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 This is my love.
Yeah, so that is a really psychotic style of attachment. This is my love for you. I love you so much that I identify with you to the degree that if you try to leave, you will have to crawl away. I am going to try everything. I'm going to empty my arsenal, right, to keep you from leaving, such that if you do escape, you have to crawl. You have to, you have to slip out of my fingers. You have to, drag yourself away from me, because I'm going to extend everything in order to keep you, this thing that I need, right? Yo, that's crazy. And of course, it should go without saying, but somehow, there's always going to be someone in the comments that it means exactly this. When you're dealing with an artist like Tool, from my opinion, Maynard is my fellow mystic. I've looked into his worldview and things like that. I mean, this art goes far beyond what he meant when he wrote it, right? Anything that you are willing to expend all of your resources in order to keep in your life, you have this violent relationship with it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been in that situation, because I certainly have. I mean, with me, it wasn't necessarily substances, but definitely women. And that sounded crazy. Like I haven't. I don't have any, people in my basement shackled. None that you need to know about. Oh, that's fire! Ooh. I'm going to say it right now. I really wish he would have done that again. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that he would, that say you won't go was fire. I could have used a couple more of those. I hope he gets more into it. Yo, that was fire. And you know what hurts? I said it. I think, 2-3 minutes into that song, I was like, you know what? That's not what love is. And that's when I paused and was like, okay, I get it. I understand why it's a little psychologically intense. If you're talking about a situation which is abusive and corrosive and, where there's this kind of violent attachment, you shouldn't go on and say, this is love. This is my love for you. But then hang on a second, right? Is our only interpretation of what love is the clean fairy tale version that exists in movies? Is that real? Or is it really messy, involving two people with, that are, going in kind of blind and are not totally in the know about one another's traumas, right? Or attachment styles, right? I mean, love is a very messy thing. So when he says, yeah, this is my love for you, right? I mean, there's a part of me that wants to say, oh, no, love is the fairy tale thing. But, it's not necessarily.